Hey guys, this is a tutorial on Android Studio. How can we add dependencies or libraries on Android Studio? So I know many of you Android developers are coming from Eclipse, and if you're switching over to Android Studio, I'd say that you're doing a really great job because I used to use Eclipse all the time, and one of the things about Android Studio is that many of the corporate companies they're switching over to Android Studio, and it's an excellent tool. I say that if you use Android Studio, most likely you'll never go back to ADT or Eclipse. Android Studio, it's based on IntelliJ, and it's a great IDE that Google has released, and I'd say that it's a great thing to switch over to Android Studio. So there's some major differences in Android Studio. It's not, I guess if you're coming from Eclipse, it's not such a big move. If you're already good with Eclipse and you're using it and you're used to it, then it shouldn't be such a big migrate to Android Studio, and you should be able to get used to it fairly quickly. So one of the main things in Android Studio that you'll want to learn is how to add dependencies, because that's one of the really great features they have, like on how to handle that. And let me just show you how we used to do it in Eclipse. So as you can see, I've created a Hello World project right here, and so in this class, let's say I wanted to add a library in this application. So the way we would do it in Eclipse is we would go under Project Properties, and then we would go under Libraries. And as you can see, I've already added it. Let me re-add it for you guys. So we would do add external jar if it was saved in somewhere in our hard drive, and if it was saved within our project files, then we would do add jar. So I have it saved on my desktop. So let's do add external jar, and you can see this is a jar, a library to connect to database. So I've added it here, and then I would go under order and export, and I would check it, and this lets the IDE know that now this jar, this library is like I need it in my project, so I want you to add it as a dependency. And then once you do OK, then you can see in the reference libraries now this jar has come, this library has come, and I can freely use it in my projects now. So this is a really great way of doing it, but the only problem is that, like for example, let's say if you're working with a teammate and then you worked on a new feature and then you added a new library to it. So then the thing was that when your teammate they imported it, they would again have to go under project and properties, and they would have to add that library, and then they would have to check it again. But Android Studio, it handles it in a really nice way, and I'll show you guys now how we can do that. So let's make a new project, just a simple project. I just want to show you guys how to add the libraries, nothing complicated. Alrighty, so we have our sync with Gradle. Alright, so now we have our application, and let's say in this app we have the app. So there's few main folders, and the folder which will handle all our things is the application folder, and it contains, just like in ADT, it contains our libraries folder, our source code folder, and then also you can see we have our resources folder, all the same things, right? And under Java is where you keep, like, this is the project name, and this is like the where you keep all the classes. So this is the package name, sorry, not the project name, and this is where we would have all our classes. So now we go, let's say we want, in this application, we wanted to use a jar or a library. So how can we add it in here? So the way I like to do it is, so now we have our jar right here in my desktop. So what I do is I right click and I do copy. So where is our project? Okay, there's our project. So we go in the libraries folder and let's paste our jar in here. Okay, so now we pasted our jar successfully. You can see it's here. So now what we want to do is we want our IDE to know, just like in Eclipse, we go in the project and then we add the library. So right now it's in our libraries folder, but it's not added as a dependency. So we wouldn't be able to use this library right now. So what we have to do is we right click on it and we do add as library. So now we added this as a library. So it's refactoring again. So now when we add it as a library, what it does is in the build.gradle, if you go in under app and then you go in build.gradle, now you can see under dependencies it has compiled our jar right here. So now what this basically, the advantage with this is that when your teammate who you're working with, when he imports this project, he doesn't have to he doesn't have to check it again and add it again. It's automatically added as a file in the dependencies. It's added as a line in the dependencies file in the build out Gradle. So this is a really nice way that Android Studio has done to handle dependencies and everything. So this is the end of the tutorial, I guess. So if you guys have any more questions, please leave a comment in the comments, and I'll be happy to help you. And let me know if there's any other tutorials you guys would like on Android Studio. I'm going to be releasing some more tutorials on this. So please subscribe and follow me, and I'll be releasing more tutorials. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.